We are joined now by Manuel Oliver, who lost his son Joaquin in the tragic Parkland, Florida shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. As we mentioned earlier, Mr. Oliver was escorted off of the White House premises after interrupting the president's speech today. Mr. Oliver, we thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with what happened today. The president's speech was intended to mark a significant milestone for the country, the passage of the first major gun safety legislation in decades. Clearly, you didn't think the legislation is significant enough. What was the message that you were hoping to get across today?
Well, I think that the way you put it out there, it gives you the right answer. That this is the first legislation that we have in 30 years. Are you kidding me? Like, how come the nation that has more victims from gun violence decides to wait 30 years to pass this package of bills? There is no reason to believe that this is the way that we should accept our society to become. Like, what I did today was a call out from a father, from a citizen, to do better job. I'm asking the President of the United States specifically today to open an office that will make sure just any other issue is being handled by a group of people designated by the president. He should designate a group of people and a director to work on this direction. Like, it's a no-brainer. And by the way, no one needs to vote for that. So the congressman that you were interviewed before me I was impressed when he said that he will also need to be concerned about his gun manufacturers. That was pretty ironic.
It's been 4 years since the shooting in Parkland, Florida. Sadly, this year alone, nearly 900 children under the age of 18 have been killed in a shooting incident. What kind of legislation would you actually celebrate as going far enough, or at least being a significant start, that you think that would really be helpful in trying to prevent these mass shootings that we're seeing so frequently?
Why are we forcing to celebrate anything? Why are we calling this celebration? How can we do that? That is my first frustration. Like, there is nothing to celebrate in a nation that is well known by being the #1 nation in the whole planet that has more guns than people. So there is no space for looking for a celebration. I think that's the first mistake. We need to look for results. I think there was no need for this event, actually. I think that the president should have just direct a message to the nation saying, hey, good job, guys. Keep on doing. I'm very concerned that you left out of the discussion the ban of assault weapons and an universal background check and raising the age. But guess what? People that is out there, like me, will take care of that part. I was expecting that as, I will take that as a better response from a leader of a nation that calls itself the #1 nation in the planet.
We just heard from that Texas congressman who said that he felt that this legislation would have prevented Uvalde. Do you agree?
We don't know. He doesn't know. I don't know. If that's the case, well, shame on him. He should have bring it before, right? Like, this is exactly what I won't take as a solution or as a normal. Difference between the person that you were interviewing before is that he has not felt the loss of a loved one. I have. However, I have been also out there working a lot, concerned about other people losing their lives. You asked a direct question to him. A Parkland father, Manuel Oliver, he knows who I am. I'm pretty sure he knows. And then his answer was about another Parkland father. We all have the right to react in any way. I think we deserve that right. But the question was directed to what he thinks about what I said. And I wonder if he really thinks that we do need this office, an office of state named by the president that will prioritize gun violence, just like they did with COVID and they do in any other nation when something like this happens.
You, of course, have emerged, as you just said, as a major gun control reform advocate, pushing the Biden administration to prioritize legislation that would reduce gun violence. Last year, of course, we remember that you protested for weeks outside of the White House until you got that meeting with senior Biden administration officials. And then just a few months ago, you climbed the construction crane near the White House, pressuring the administration to prioritize gun violence prevention. Is this a matter of something that the president is able to do, or do you believe that this is really in the hands of Congress? I mean, obviously you're saying that you believe that the president would be able to create this office, but he has kind of said or alluded to the idea of his hands really being tied and that Congress has to do something.
Not for this, not for what I'm asking for. By the way, we sent a letter asking for this a week ago. For what we are asking for, there is no need for anyone to approve it. Joe Biden is the president of the United States, and he can create a group of people with a director that will address any issue in the nation. I think it makes perfect sense for him to take advantage of this momentum and just add that solution to it. And by the way, this will be a solution directly from the president. So he will receive all the credit and the merit that he will deserve after making that decision. Now, this is what I said today. This is exactly what I shouted out to President Biden that already knows me. Is that a crazy thing to do? I don't think so. I think a crazy thing to do is to keep on letting these things receive a treatment of a normal situation in our society. I refuse to do that. I reject that response. We need to be more aggressive, and I invite you to be more aggressive, because guess what? Gun violence is very aggressive, and it will be aggressive again if we don't stop it.
As someone who has personally experienced the loss of a child to gun violence, what do you say to other parents, particularly those perhaps in Uvalde who are no doubt still struggling through their own grief right now?
Well, at this point, and after 5 years, I don't allow anybody to use your voice. Don't allow anybody to use your the legacy of your kids. We all know that your kid deserves, your loved one deserves to be here, and the reality is that it's not. That's my beautiful son Joaquin at the Yankee Stadium that you're showing right now. We were together having fun, watching a baseball game. I remember that day. I took that picture, looked at him, showing the tickets. I had fun with my son, a lot of fun. And no one is going to take that away from me, those marvelous, fantastic 17 years. But that pain is here with me. And I will carry it, and I will interrupt the Pope if I need to send a message to a nation that is urging for change. Understood.
Manuel Oliver, we thank you so much once again for talking with us and giving us your time.
Thank you very much for the interview. Have a great day.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.